Hey guys, in this video we're gonna go through what is lookalike audiences, okay? Basically, lookalike audiences is like created from a seed audience or a custom audience that you have created before. So let me just give you guys a quick example. What is lookalike audience, okay? So who do you think is smarter, you or Facebook, alright? So I'm pretty sure you will agree that Facebook is way smarter than all of us because they have so much big data. They have all this information about you, your friends, all the people that's using Facebook, including the demographics, age, interest, and everything, right? So if they have all this information, let's say you feed them so much information like purchase, add to cart, view content. Do you think Facebook would know who are the people who has like a higher probability or higher chance of buying from you for a specific kind of different products in different kind of niche, right? You would agree so, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna create a custom audience as shown before, like in the previous video. So in this video we're gonna walk through what kind of lookalike audiences do we usually create. Do we create 1%, 2%, and so on and so forth, right? So I'm gonna walk you guys through it, okay? So basically what we want to use this lookalike audience is to create a big pool of like potential clients that we could target, and using Facebook's big data option we're able to create a lot more potential customers that we could target too, right? So they are called lookalike audiences on Facebook, okay? So let's go through, okay? Alright, so basically there's a lot of options all the way to 10% on Facebook. So the way we like to create it is like we like to create in like 4 different kind of segments, okay? So we like to create them by 0 to 1%, 1% to 3%, 3 to 5%, and 5 to 10%, okay? Last time the way we did it is we create 10 different segments all the way 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and all the way to 10%, all right? It's kind of like a lot more work and takes a lot more time to create a lot of ads to target to so many different segments. So we kind of like change our strategy a little bit to 4 different segments. It's easier on creating ads. It's also like way quicker to like create all these segments on Facebook too. All right, so before we are able to create lookalike audiences, you need to create your custom audience first, okay? So here are the typical ones that we focus on a lot, right? So these are the ones that you will need to focus on as well, all right? We do not like to go through all like being like super long-winded on all the different kind of functions whereby you won't even need it. So we're gonna focus on the ones that we use and the ones that you will need to use, all right? So let me just run through really quickly. Okay, so we have the purchase 180 days. The reason why we want to put 180 days because we want to have as much information to fit Facebook, all right? So I mean, if we're doing retargeting, this option will be different, but if we're using it for lookalike audiences, we just put 180 days, okay? So we'll put initiate checkout, add to cart, we have view content, we also have video views that does like 50%, 75%, and 95%. What the percentage means is like the people that has viewed your ad, okay, your video ad, all right? So we don't usually target anything below 50%, but it's feel free to explore and test out different kind of like percentages, but as a best practice we like to use anything above 50%, okay? The other thing is we also use lifetime value, okay? So you could there's 2 options here. You could create a custom audience based on like the customer file that you have, or you could use like like the value that the person has purchased from you, but you have to do it for purchases only, all right? So I'm gonna walk you guys through like one of the example that we have really created a custom audience, and we're going to use it to create lookalike audiences using the advanced option that I mentioned in the 4 segments, okay? So let's get started. Okay guys, we are now back at the audience page on Facebook, all right? So in case you guys forgot, it's all the way on the top left. Go to all tools, it's right below assets, audiences, okay? All right, so let's get started and create our lookalike. All right, go to create audience, click on lookalike, okay? So in the source part, it will allow you to select the custom audience that you want to create on. So I have already created value purchased for 180 days, the exact same ones that I told you. So I mean, it's dependent on like the let's say your average order value is $40, and you want to create like a custom audience for people that has purchased a quantity of 2 and above. You will select like above $80. So it's like depending on your store and your average order value. So I have created $50, $60, $70, and $80. So let's just say, for example, we're gonna use $60 in this example. All right, I'm gonna select $60. This is a custom audience that I have already created prior to creating my lookalike audience. So basically what I'm telling Facebook is to find out and create me more lookalike audiences based on the source of these people that has purchased $60 and above in my store within 180 days. Okay, all right, so for the location, you could put like countries, you could put regions. Like we're gonna go through some of the popular countries later after we go through this example. So of course the top, like the English speaking countries are the priorities, but there's also like countries like Mexico, Hong Kong, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia that you could like target, because like these countries also have like a good English speaking population as well. All right, so for this example, let's just use the United States for an example. Okay, I want to show you guys how to create the advanced options here so that you could create 4 segments from the get-go instead of creating them one by one. So if you do not use the advanced option, you have to like create them one by one, and it's not exactly tedious, but you could get this over and done with in one step. So let me show you guys how. Right, so click on show advanced options here. Okay, number of audiences, select 4. Okay, so basically what we want to do is create 0 to 1%. Essentially 0 to 1% is 1%. All right, we want to create 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, and 5 to 10. So in this case, you have to pull this like button around. Okay, so like it will show you the amount of like estimated audiences that you will create from this lookalike. All right, so if you put like 0 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 10, it's going to create all these different kind of numbers here: 2.1 million, 4.3 million, 4.3 million, 10.7 million. So this Facebook already shows you the estimated reach per audience size that you are creating. Okay, so once you have selected your source, put in your location, be it country or like any geographic locations like European Union or like ASEAN or whichever, right? You can go ahead and select advanced options and select just choose your options from here from what we showed you. Okay, so once you have selected all these options, click on create audience. Facebook is gonna, all right, we can't create this right now because we already have a duplicate like lookalike here, but it doesn't matter. If you guys do not have like a lookalike audience, you can actually easily create them like from when you click on create audience, it's gonna show up in your lookalike audience. Okay, so I'm gonna go through in the next slide which countries are popular. Okay, here are some popular countries that we usually create them by from lookalikes as well. Okay, so as I mentioned, besides like regions, you also can create them by individual countries. Okay, so USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Singapore, Mexico. These are all like the popular countries we usually create them for lookalikes. Okay, so for example, Australia and New Zealand, they're pretty close. We usually can group them together when creating the lookalike. Okay, so as I mentioned, lookalikes are a great way to scale your business, and I hope you guys really implement this and use the different kind of segments to split test, because all this kind of we have tested them countless times with different like countries, different segments. They all perform pretty well with the segments that I've recommended. Okay, so make sure you guys put this into test, and I'm excited to see you scale your e-commerce business to the next level using lookalike audiences. I'll see you guys in the next video.